In this video, we're going to learn how to identify the names of the different sides of a right angle triangle, and this can help us later on use some of the ratios in order to solve for these values. So in the Pythagorean theorem video, we did learn that the side opposite the 90-degree angles is called the hypotenuse. And that is always going to be called the hypotenuse. However, there's two other sides that we name, and it depends entirely on the angle that we're looking at. And so here we have this angle theta, that's the Greek letter theta. And we want to name the other two sides in relation to this angle. And so the one next to it is called the adjacent side, and adjacent also has the meaning next to. So that's why we call it the adjacent side. And then the opposite side has the name opposite because it is opposite the angle that we're looking at. So just to recap, the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. The side that is opposite the angle we're looking at is called the opposite, and the side that is touching the angle we're looking at is called the adjacent. So we're going to do some practice here and see if we can name the sides of the triangles successfully. So with this triangle here on the left, I know that this side is the hypotenuse, and I'm just going to use a shortened version of that. And so that's across from 90 degrees, that's a hypotenuse. Which means the other two sides, or sometimes called the legs of the right angle triangle, they are either going to be opposite or adjacent. The one on the top, well, that's the opposite because it's opposite the angle theta. And that means the one on the left side is the adjacent side. So pause the video and label the sides of the triangle right next to it. Okay, so hopefully you have named them the same way that I have, with the hypotenuse on the bottom, opposite on the right, and adjacent on the left there. Let's try one more. As you can see, it really depends on what angle you're looking at. And in this case, again, across from the 90-degree angles is our hypotenuse. The side on the bottom would be the opposite, and the side on the left is the adjacent. So pause the videos and label the triangle next to this one. Okay, so hopefully you have the same names that I have. Now labeling the triangles or identifying the names of the sides of the triangles is a crucial first step in order to be able to solve for angles and sides in right angles triangles. So from now on, it's really important that when you get into a question, make sure you label the sides first before you do anything else.